Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to leaders worldwide. Leaders just got out of something. Toastmasters Club. And welcome, and I am Sally Reyes, a stand-in for Sergeant at Arms, and please take out your phone and set them to silence. We appreciate the silence. And I would like to introduce the most magnificent Toastmaster of all time, guardian angel, master Toastmaster, Cynthia Stott. Take it away, Cynthia.
Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are truly global from all over the world. Pome Kwang just said she was from Australia, right? All right, great. We have people from all over the world. So welcome our members, welcome our guests, and we've got a wonderful, wonderful meeting for you tonight. We're going to be talking about Toastmaster of the Day and the General Evaluator and what their roles and responsibilities are. And you're going to learn how you can shine, how you can be visible and be seen as the leader that you are. Especially because we have a TEDx event that we're getting ready for in a couple of months here. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in a little bit later in the day. And we are so excited for that. And we had just launched a pilot program for District 57. 6 of our amazing speakers are going to be on the D57 Speakers Bureau, and they're going to be speaking all over the world. It's a pilot program to work all those bugs out, and then we're going to hopefully launch it to the rest of District 57, and that you can have access to that for all Leaders Worldwide members can have access to that, and it's included in your membership. So we're going to start with our core values and our mission statement and who we are and why we are here. First of all, Toastmasters International empowers individuals to become more effective communicators and leaders. The core values are integrity, respect, service, and excellence. And our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And here at Leaders Worldwide, we were designed for politicians, business and nonprofit leaders, entrepreneurs, and others who want to make their message heartfelt, authentic, and ready for the worldwide stage. And boy, do we have a worldwide stage for you. So I'd like to welcome some of our guests. First, Pome Kwang, do you want to briefly introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I wasn't prepared. I am just in the library in town, and I was just checking the Toastmasters International, and I saw the link. I'm like, oh, when is that? Oh my God, it's now. So yes, hi everybody. I'm from Sunshine Coast, Australia, and I'm part of the Caloundra Toastmasters.
Great. Happy to have you.
Thanks so much for putting the invite to all of us.
Great. And Judith, you're almost not a guest, you're a regular guest and soon to be member, but want to introduce yourself?
I am Judith Ferber from Los Angeles, California. I am a member of 3 clubs. I've been a member of Toastmasters for about 13 some odd years. I am also a distinguished Toastmaster, and I am planning to be a member of this club beginning of April 1st. Thank you.
Woo, just in time for our Speakers Bureau. Great. And Stefan, you're a recurring guest. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I am visiting from the Bahamas. I am a member of 4 Toastmasters Club. It is always a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. And DTM Angelique Clinton, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. Good evening, everyone. I hail all the way from the Bahamas, Freeport, Grand Bahama, and I am a part of two Toastmasters Club, Destiny Lions and BPSU Excellers. And my president at Destiny Lions is present here on the Zoom call this evening, Toastmaster Tiffany Ellis.
Woohoo! And Tiffany, do you want to introduce yourself?
Good evening, good morning, good day. Sorry, my camera is off. I'm babysitting. Yes, as Toastmaster Angelique Clinton said, I am the president of Club Destiny in Freeport, but I currently live in Turks and Caicos, and I am a member of 3 clubs and on 3 executive teams. Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for being here. 3 people from your club, Stefan, Angelique, and Tiffany. Wow. And let me see if I can pronounce this correctly. Bhushan Rele.
Yeah, that's me. Good evening, everyone. Hi. Good evening, everyone. I'm visiting this club. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm a DTM, been a Toastmaster for almost 15 years.
Wow.
I'm a member of a MySpeak. And what interested me is your TEDx ad that you said. You're doing something for TEDx, so you're just curious to listen in as to what's going on here and see the club. Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Great. Good. Happy to have you.
Thank you.
And I've been to MySpeak too. That's an excellent club. Okay, and Cyril, I'm sorry, I have the switch to speaker there. Cyril with a P. Would you like to introduce yourself? Maybe he's away from his mic, Cyril. Okay, and Keisha Kent, would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely, I'm multitasking, and I also saw the post that you guys put on Facebook, so I appreciate you for doing that. That is getting attention, I will say that. Also, I am from the St. Louis, Missouri area in District 8. I'm also the VP of Membership in Ascension Healthcare Toastmasters. Been a Toastmaster since 2012, working toward my DTM finally, and I'm excited to be here to listen and learn from you guys.
Awesome. We're so glad you're here. And let's see, do we have any other guests? Cyril? Oh, Satoru Yamashita. Are you available to unmute your mic? I know you just popped in here.
Yes, I'm here, but I cannot speak today.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just want to welcome you. Hi.
Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Is there anybody I missed there, Kathleen?
Cyril, did you speak with Cyril?
Not yet, but I think he's unavailable.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I am going to introduce our illustrious Toastmaster tonight. She is a DTM, a Distinguished Toastmaster. Only 1 or 2% of the Toastmasters all around the world are DTMs. And she completed her first path in, I think, 6 months. Woo! Let's please welcome DTM Seema Giri. Take it away, Seema.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. So happy to be here with all of you amazing people from around the world. And happy International Women's Day. What a great way to celebrate here with all of you. I wanted to share with you that today's word of the day is emerging. This amazing group is emerging into much bigger than when we thought when we launched this. So this is really great. And we can't do it without all of you. So tonight we have an amazing line of speakers coming up, and you'll totally enjoy and learn a lot tonight. So I am doing double duty today. Not only am I Toastmasters, but I'm also a general evaluator. And as a general evaluator, what I do is evaluate how the meeting is going throughout the whole entire time, making sure that we are on time and the team is doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's in a very quick way, that's what the general evaluator does. And luckily, I don't do this alone. I have an entire team. So we have our grammarian and timer, and I will ask them to come up and share what they're doing. So Judith Ferber, Toastmaster Judith Ferber, is our grammarian for tonight. Judith, if you could share what your grammarian role is. Thank you.
As a grammarian, I am looking for the proper use of the language, any interesting phrases or words, sentences that the speaker may use. And then I will report at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. So, make sure you're saying the word of the day because she will be listening for that. And our timer of the day is Tiffany Ellis. Tiffany, would you please share what a timer role is?
Good. Hello once again. For the timer, I'll be timing persons speaking in the meetings, 5 to 7 minute speeches. At the 5 minute, the green would be displayed. I was trying to change it just now. The green light will be displayed. At 6 minutes, the yellow light will be displayed. And at 7 minutes, the red light will be displayed. For the 10 to 12 minutes, for the 12 minutes, the green will be displayed at 10 minutes, 11 yellow minutes, and 12 green. Should be red. Sorry, 12 minutes, it will be red. The speaker will still continue to speak even though it is on red until they have completed. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Stephanie. So you have, once you see red, you have about 15 to 30 seconds to wrap up. So you want to complete the idea and not the rest of your speech if you're that behind. Okay, so we have some amazing keynote speakers today, and we will start with our first keynote speaker, the amazing Carolyn Douglas. So I just would like to give a introduction of Carolyn. Carolyn J. Douglas joined Toastmasters in 2012 and has continued her membership and practice of skills learned since that time. She has completed her DTM through the Legacy program and 4 Paths in the Pathway program. Service is really important to her. She has filled several club officer roles in her clubs and now is the District 57 Program Quality Director. So welcome, Carolyn.
Thank you so much. Fellow Toastmasters, I decided to give my portion of this keynote address a title, Prepare to be the Toastmaster of the Day. The purpose of the role of the Toastmaster of the Day is to help the member, first and foremost, the member being the self, improve both their leadership and communication skills. The Toastmaster has responsibilities before, during, and after the club meeting. What I want to share with you today will help you to not only develop your skills to fulfill this capacity, but it helps you to bring in for yourself best practices for implementing this role in the clubs that you attend. One of the first things you should acknowledge to yourself is that every club that you are a member of has a standard for the Toastmaster of the Day role. That standard goes through each one of the clubs, but yet each club is unique. Therefore, there may be some deviation, and you should familiarize yourself with how each club wants the Toastmaster of the Day to serve. It does not mean you've let go of your role. It means that you become familiar with how to do the role the best way it can be done for each club that you're in. Now let's get down to some real stuff here. No one can serve in the capacity as the Toastmaster of the Day without attending a few Toastmasters meetings, observing how this role is done, and to develop a field of knowledge for yourself in what all it entails. Remember, I said in my beginning that the role itself involves responsibilities and activities that happen before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. So I want to share the guidance that I've received just from looking at the information on Toastmasters International, the guidance that I received from my mentors, and just doing it myself. Once again, you don't have to do this role all by yourself. So why don't we get into it? I want to invite you to have an open mind and have questions. If you do have a question, please place it in the chat box because we want to answer them during the Q&A session. All right, now, basically, the Toastmaster of the Day keeps everything running smoothly. You manage the meeting. Who did I say manage the meeting? Oh, wow, the Toastmaster of the Day. They manage the meeting by following the agenda and ensuring that the transitions between the speakers and the various phases of the meeting are seamless and stay on time. I mentioned phases of the meeting. What are they? You have your prepared speakers phase. You have your impromptu or table topics speakers phase. You have the feedback or evaluation phase. And to close out the meeting, the wrap up, you return back to the president who does whatever later business is there to be done. So you are serving as the MC for the meeting or the master of ceremony. There's a lot of role and responsibility in that. A lot of things that you're going to do. You're going to bring forth your leadership and communication skills because you're going to involve yourself in, oh my God, I have to do the event planning. I also want to make sure that I'm engaging the audience. I want to make sure that I'm keeping this meeting on time, and I'm the tour guide for anyone who comes into the meeting. What does all of that look like? As an event planner, before the meeting, you want to check in with the Vice President of Education who has a responsibility for setting up the meeting, and that includes the agenda. Setting up the meeting means finding people to be the speakers and to fill the functionary roles that cause you to have a quality meeting. That's not so hard to do, just being in touch with your Vice President of Education. You also want to check in with those that you are aware of that are the planned speakers, because you would love to receive the introduction that they've prepared for you to read so that you can introduce them properly to the membership while in the meeting. And in that introduction, you would want them to share something about themselves that lends credibility to what they're going to talk about. Beyond that, when you're in the meeting itself, you continue to fulfill that role, working directly not only with the VPE, but you will also work directly with the general evaluator, because you will be connecting in. When you complete your role as the Toastmaster, you pass off to the general evaluator for them to conduct their portion of the meeting. Let's look at some other things that you will do that I consider to be some best practices. I mentioned you want to engage the audience as you go through the various things you do. The speakers, you want to be able to identify the theme and refer to the theme for the meeting all the way through. You want to make sure there's connections and transitions that continue to remind the members, the attendees of the theme, so that they're getting out of the meeting what you said the meeting is all about, that theme. Sometimes that means you are speaking on your feet. It means that you are impromptu speaking, because you cannot prepare for all of this a few days before, unless, of course, you already know what the theme is a few days or weeks before. But then you want to make sure that you have enough knowledge base so that you can make those connections. So be prepared to be an impromptu speaker in the meeting. You want to be a tour guide for all of your guests. You want your guests to know how the meeting is going to be presented, how it will unfold. You've seen some of that presented by Seema, our Toastmaster for today, so that you have an idea of what to expect. Invite all of our guests, invite the guests to participate in the impromptu speaking. And it's okay if the guest says, no, not today. That's quite okay. But you want to create for the meeting this feeling of warmth, is welcoming, and that all are invited to be here and they're welcome to participate at the level where they can. All right, when it comes to the evaluation portion of the meeting, we give that once again back over to the general evaluator. And I'm going to leave off speaking about that because I believe that is what Rosemary is going to do. What are some of the key things that you want to remember as you are contemplating serving as the Toastmaster of the day? Number one, you have responsibilities before the meeting. You have responsibilities during the meeting. You have responsibilities after the meeting. What would you do after the meeting? Even with an online meeting, sometimes people will hang around for a moment and some of the guests will want to ask you questions about how can I be a member? You want to have a connection with your VPE so that you're able to answer either that question or direct your guests to the VPE. You want to be able to have enough knowledge base about your club so that you're in a position to either respond to any question that our guests would have or connect them to the one person who should be responding to that question. You are the effective administrator, manager of this club meeting. You're that. You are that. Oh, am I saying you have a lot of control? I think as an effective leader, you want to be able to facilitate the meeting at the professional level that you're here in Toastmasters to do that for. And if you're not doing it, it's okay to starting doing that. Hone your skills, because the club is the very first place where you may start serving as the MC. And as you grow and you decide to become more involved in service to the district in Toastmasters, more is going to be required on that professional presentation level. Look at the Toastmaster of the day as a place where you can get started. And you're surrounded by many people who are willing to aid and support you in doing that. Since this speech is divided for two people, I'm going to bring my portion to a close at this point. There are some nuances that goes along with things that I've said. Please place your questions in the chat and I'm willing to answer those questions. And at this point, I want to turn it over to Rosemary.
Great. And be sure to put your questions in the chat because we may not get to them because the time is short. So
Great.
Rosemary.
Cynthia, I'll just introduce Rosemary.
Okay.
So thank you, Carolyn. I got great pointers for today and you can evaluate me how I did. So for DTM Rosemary, she is an amazing avid hiker and member of Dwivayz Hiking Group and can be found hiking through the mountains of Dominica on the, I hope I can pronounce it right, Waitukubuli National Trail, the longest hiking trail in the Caribbean. DTM Sweeney is a chartered member of 5 Toastmasters Clubs, 2 in Dominica, and 3 advanced online clubs. Toastmaster Sweeney stepped into her first Toastmasters meeting in 2013 and was captivated by the idea of Toastmasters, more so when heard the in-depth speech evaluations given to the speakers. In 2020, she achieved her DTM designation. Toastmaster Sweeney has served in various capacities in her clubs and has served District 81 as Director and Division Director. Currently, she is the President of the NCCU TMC, a corporate club, and President of Leaders Beyond Borders, an advanced online Toastmasters club. She will be talking about the role of General Evaluator, DTM Sweeney, the role of General Evaluator.
Hey, good evening, everyone. Some people it is good morning. I am looking for my presentation. Was the host has spotlighted you. 1 minute, please. Oh my gosh. That's file save as. I had it up 1 minute ago and now.
And please also spotlight the timer so you can see her.
Okay, I had my PowerPoint presentation up, but cannot seem to be able to put it up at the moment. Okay, it is the general evaluator's rule. And there is this African proverb which says, if you want to go fast, you go alone. However, if you want to go far, you go together. And this is the rule of the general evaluator. The general evaluator cannot do it alone because the general evaluator oversees and coordinates every aspect of the meeting. The general evaluator has to start before the meeting and gather her team or his team together. Because as I said, you cannot do it alone. The general evaluator, he oversees and he gives feedback. At the beginning of the meeting, as we heard earlier with Toastmaster Carolyn, at one point in time, the Toastmaster is going to call on the general evaluator. And the general evaluator introduces his team. Now, we heard earlier that this goes according to the Toastmasters Club practice. Nothing is cast in stone. This goes to the Toastmasters Club practice, and the general evaluator has a team, as I said, and incidentally, the speech evaluators form part of that general evaluator's team. So when that general evaluator is called, the speech evaluators are called by the general evaluator to give the objective of the speaker's speech. So this is one point, the speaker's speech, the speech evaluators gives the objective. However, the other evaluators are the grammarian, the accounter, and the timer. These are the rules the general evaluator oversees. In some clubs, there are table topic evaluators who listen and ensures that at the end of the session, the table topic speakers are evaluated. In performing the role of the general evaluator, you learn critical skills, you learn critical thinking skills, you learn how to do team building, because you do, as I said, you do not do it alone, you do it as a team. So they'll have your team, your timer, your accounter, your speech evaluators, and you come together, you ensure as a general evaluator that these role players are aware of what they are supposed to do. You do not leave it to chance to ensure that at the end of sometime in the meeting, you call on your team and they are not aware of what they are supposed to do. You ensure that they are aware of what they are supposed to do. So again, communication is very important, because as I said, you do not leave it to chance. During the meeting, the timer is called. In certain clubs, the timer is called regularly by the general evaluator to give the timing. What time did the table topic speakers take? What time did the meeting start and where we are? It is very important that the general evaluator gives feedback at the end of the meeting. This feedback encompasses everything which goes on to the meeting, and it doesn't have to be negative. We as Toastmasters know that we are supposed to be saying things that are positive. However, for improvement of our team, if things do not go as they're supposed to go, the general evaluator is supposed to say it. For example, this evening, our meeting started on time. The general evaluator will give us kudos to that. When our meeting started, we requested our guests to take part in our meeting. Tell us who invited them. How did they find out about our meeting? This is the role of the general evaluator, to observe and to listen. You're supposed to observe, you're supposed to listen. At the end of the meeting, the general evaluator calls their team. As I said, the speech evaluators. The speech evaluators now give the evaluation portion of the speakers. After this is done, you have the accounter. We know that sometimes we hear people say, the accounter does that. And sometimes we do not practice proper English. Our grammarian does that. Additionally, the grammarian gives a report of how many times the word of the day was spoken. So the general evaluator is very important. And it is said that feedback is the breakfast of champions. And this is what the general evaluator and their team does to a Toastmaster. So everyone here who are only guests and not Toastmasters, I call on you to find a Toastmasters club near you, because this is what we do. We help each other to develop and grow. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you, DTM Sweeney. Amazing. I love what you said, breakfast of champions. That is a perfect way to describe this. And I want everyone to know this is transferable skills we can do on your own meeting and your own summits like I am now. I would like to call up our president, Cynthia, to do the Q&A. If you have any questions, please do write it in the chat box, and she's going to make sure it's going to get answered. Welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you, Seema. Awesome. I love the roles being explained so in detail. And if anyone has any questions or comments, put them in the chat box, please. And we got from Rabia. Oh, Rabia's here. So early in the morning for you in Pakistan. She says, amazing speech. You're welcome, Rabia. And please put a G in front of her name and take a picture, because she's going to be joining as a member soon. Great. So we're going to talk a little bit about TEDx. We're going to have a break, and then we're going to talk about TEDx after that. TEDx, and then what we want to do to prepare for it. And we're going to talk about Easy Speak and roles and responsibilities, because we're going to hold our own TEDx event. And you'll probably have an opportunity to be audition for this too. You're going to be auditioning for speeches, auditioning for Toastmaster of the Day, because we are going to need a Toastmaster of the Day for our TEDx events. And those events are probably going to be a whole month. They will be 2 time zones on the first and third Monday. They will be in the evening time like it is now. And then on the 2nd and 4th, it will be in the afternoon with our regular scheduled meeting, but they will be totally different. They will be no breakout rooms. We'll all be together. And who knows what we're going to look like, because we're going to form a committee that will work out all of those details. And this is not just preparing you for a TEDx event. This is actually doing a TEDx right here on Leaders Worldwide. It will be the first ever Toastmaster TEDx event. Very exciting. And to prepare for that, you're going to you're going to be preparing your speeches and practicing and auditioning. And we also have a speakers bureau that is just starting now. We have 6 of our amazing speakers are going to be in the pilot program, and they're going to be able to speak all around the world at Toastmasters clubs around the world. And in phase 2, it will be other nonprofit organizations such as Rotary, Lions Club, that sort of thing. And the 3rd phase will be corporations. And you would have the opportunity to get credit toward the accredited speaker, because you have to speak at a event outside of Toastmasters to become a Toastmasters accredited speaker, and also for the NSA designation. So you'll be able to practice both of those by joining our speakers bureau, and it is included in your membership. So are there any questions? Without further ado, no questions in the chat box. Do you see any raised hands?
No, Cynthia, I don't see any raised hands or any questions.
Okay, and let's see. Michelle did say very informative speeches, Carolyn and Rosemary. And Seema said, welcome, Mary Thomas, glad to have you here. And then thank you, Seema. Mabahai from the Philippines.
Cynthia.
Oh, there is.
From Keisha Kant, Kent, I think.
Who is eligible to be a TED Talk speaker? Great question. First of all, you're going to have to be a Leaders Worldwide member, because it is our event. And so we may have some outside TEDx speakers, but they would be few and far between. The best way to do it is to become a Leaders Worldwide member. And then you will also have to audition. Not all of our members will get to speak. Yes, dual membership, dual club is great. Most of our members are dual members. And it's a fabulous way to speak here, because we have access to the Speakers Bureau, where you can speak all around the world, and the TEDx event. So, and we'll be doing an auditioning of our members for TEDx. And we don't know exactly how that will all work, because there's going to be, we don't do anything by ourselves. It's a team effort. But what I imagine we would do is we would take a pool of people who wanted to speak in TEDx and run them through a 5 to 7 minute speech audition. Of those that made it past that audition, they would go to be able to come to the 10 to 12 minute audition, and from that pool go to the 16 to 18 minutes. TEDx's maximum 18 minutes. Yes, Keisha, it is virtual event. Absolutely. I've had offers to have it physically in Silicon Valley. There is an event space, but I think especially this first one, we'll do it all via virtual event. Okay. Any more questions?
Other questions?
No more questions. Okay.
And put it in, people.
Mine is more of just a comment.
Okay.
I want to thank both of Rosemary and for just coming and explaining all of that information, because for me, that breakdown, that explanation, that just going over that information made a tremendous, just eye-opening for me, connecting the dots. That helped.
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And those are two really important roles in our meeting.
Yes.
Especially when we go into TEDx event.
Carolyn, Rosemary, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Let's give Rosemary and Carolyn a big round of applause. Open your mics and give a big round of applause. Woo!
And Carolyn has a question.
Yes. No, actually, there was a question that came directly to me asking what was the difference between a Toastmasters meeting and the breakout room. You use the same skills in both. If you're responsible for managing that session, you still use your planning skills, your organizing skills, and your management of what is to be done, their skills. You still do that. So, as someone said earlier, transferable skills for meetings. Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wonderful.
Okay, and Pome Kwong says that what sounds like an exciting event. Great. So one last time, any more questions? Okay, and back to you, Toastmaster of the Day, DTM Sweeney.
Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, so next we have our dynamic duo of Kathleen Phil and Cynthia Stott. And they want to share their heartfelt encouragement to emerge into a more vibrant, powerful, and mutually supportive club, taking our gifts to the next step. So welcome, Kathleen Phil and Cynthia.
And we will have a break first. Let's go take a 5-minute break and we'll send our speech crafters over to the breakout room, and then we'll start that amazing presentation.
Sounds great. I'm so excited that I just want to jump into that. So we'll be back in 5 minutes, everyone.
Okay, and
Welcome back. Thank you, Curtis, and welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you'll be returning back soon. We don't want to miss our next set of speakers. It's going to be amazing.
Can we make sure that the speech crafters are all in the speechcraft room, please?
Yes. So Toastmasters Curtis, if you can do that. It says delivering level 1 and 2.
Okay, they're all gone.
They're all gone? Wonderful. So welcome back, everyone. And I'm going to be reintroducing our timer, who's Tiffany Ellis, to come back and share about the timing cards for the next set of speeches we're having. So Tiffany, are you there?
I am here. Okay, our next set of presenters will be speaking for 12 minutes. The green light will come on at 10 minutes, the yellow light at 11 minutes, and the red light at 12 minutes.
Great. Thank you so much. So first up, you can tell I'm so excited about our learning more about the Easy Speak and TEDx that I announced them before the break. So here again, our dynamic duo, Toastmaster Cynthia Stott and Kathleen Phil, who are going to be talking about, earlier I said they're going to share their heartfelt encouragement to emerge into a more vibrant, powerful, and mutually supportive club, taking our gifts to the next step. So welcome Toastmaster Cynthia and Kathleen.
Great, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Seema Gary.
Thank you so much. And Curtis, I just saw that for some reason, Sandra Edwards popped out and she returned to the meeting. Would you usher her in? Thank you. Thank you, Curtis. Sorry about that.
That's great. We want all our ducklings in a row.
Yes.
Great. So I talked a little bit about TEDx, and one of the things that's kind of slowing us down a little bit, we're moving ahead, forming our team and thinking about what we're going to be doing, but we really need our meetings to run like clockwork, because our meetings are going to turn into our TEDx event, like I said. So we probably won't have a general evaluator or a grammarian, but we definitely will have a timer. We definitely will have a Toastmaster of the day. We probably won't have any evaluations either, because it is a TEDx event, but that would be interesting if we did have evaluations. We'll have to find out from the team what they want. And we won't have table topics most likely, because it is a TEDx event. But what we need to be working well is all of our members, our new members included, to be working on Easy Speak. It's how we put our projects that we're working on in Pathways, which is the educational system, in Toastmasters, as well as our title of our speech and the introduction of ourselves, which has to be short, like 1 to 3 sentences. Maybe we'll put a word count on it, like 60 words or less. That would probably be good. And so we need that to be working. And the queen of that is our own Carolyn Phil, but she will help you in just a minute. One other thing that we're going to talk about is making sure that all the role players are here and present 15 minutes before we start, so we don't have any last minute hiccups. Everybody's checked their technology. They've made sure that they can share their screen if they need to. And we need everybody to be here 15 minutes before. And that's one of the rules that we're going to have the Toastmasters start to do, is check that everybody's here and them to contact whoever is not here. And we hope that you won't have to get a message. So we'll check that you're here at 30 minutes before, and then we'll contact you at 15 minutes before. And we hope that you will be here before that 15 minutes before. So if we can have everybody doing their part, it will all go better. Many hands makes light work. And so if everyone is here on time and checks in with the Toastmaster of the day and make sure they know that they're here, checks their technology, then we're all ready to go. And also fills out their Easy Speak, answers the emails from Easy Speak. Are you going to come to the meeting? Yes or no? And no is absolutely a viable answer. You can say yes or no to a role, to coming to the meeting, but you have to say yes or no. It can't read your mind, and neither can we. So we need everybody to be doing that and checking off that they're going to be here or not here, or if they're going to be in a role or not in a role, so that we can keep everything working like clockwork. And then we can do more and more and more amazing events like TEDx and the Speakers Bureau and so many other exciting things that I don't even know what's going to come next. I wait for my instructions and then I get more information. Great. So I'm going to turn it over to wonderful Carolyn Teal, who is our VP of Education. Welcome, Carolyn. Woohoo!
Thank you, my dear. And I see many beautiful faces who do connect into the program, into Easy Speak, which is like I think of a ballet dancer where there's all this grace, all this marvelous action and beauty performed, but it's on one toe. And that toe is this meeting place, Easy Speak. This is how we communicate with each other, what we're doing, how we can do it, and it makes it easy, so to speak. I'm going to share my screen and you'll see once you get to the Easy Speak page, oops, wrong. Supposed to go in the right, in the big, there we are. So in the upper left, you put your name and your username and your password. And if you don't have that, I'm going to be communicating with each of the people in this meeting, each of the members in this meeting, to check to see if you have your username and your password. This silly program is very particular about it. So we need to be sure that you can log in. When you do, the little square button, remember me, makes life so much easier. Then you're in and you don't have to log in every time. And there's nothing, there's no, this is just a Toastmasters website. There's no banking, there's no finance, no secrets. So I always click remember me when I log in. And the website is slow, I have to advise you, so it will take time. And when it does allow you in, you'll see on the home page that the registration link to our meetings is right on the home page. That makes life so easy for us. If we're wondering how to find the registration link, it's on the home page. Wouldn't you know it, this is being extremely slow. And so while we're waiting for that, I want to let you know that once you register, you can go into an agenda, and you can, there's a little line that says go to meeting from here, or click here to attend meeting. Boom, you're in once you have registered. So that is great. And Cynthia, would you, while I'm going to try to refresh, and would you continue if you have anything more to say while I refresh?
I was trying to text in the in the chat box for everybody.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
But so Carolyn had a very, very good question. Our meetings are always going to be Toastmaster meetings. Our regular meetings are going to be Toastmaster meetings. But when we have the TEDx event and it's an actual TEDx event meeting, that's when we'll change the format. But we may have multiple ones in a month. I don't know if we'll run it once a month or four times and do it all in 1 month. I'm not sure how that's going to be, but they will be TEDx events. And so they might have an alternate format for that event, but probably follow the same footprint for timing, 2-hour meeting. That's what I imagine will happen. But I don't know what will happen because I haven't formed the team yet. We haven't started to decide it. And we can't do that until we get everyone on Easy Speak, everybody working with Easy Speak. And Kathleen is great. You can call her up anytime. If you have a question, you can email her, you can WhatsApp her, you can call her, you can text her, and she could set you up using Zoom or just explain it to you over the phone. And really Easy Speak is pretty easy to use. So, are there any questions, any more questions about TEDx, about Easy Speak? And we have Rabia is going to be joining us as a member, and she's going to be helping out with Easy Speak as well. Did somebody have a question? Did someone unmute?
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I've been on Easy Speak when I was in the European club. And I had some serious problems with getting on Easy Speak. Then my password didn't work. Then I couldn't reconnect. I had to talk to them. And so
it's been
how this
working
works.
really
Finally, I
well.
actually.
We haven't had any of those problems. Yeah, they probably have worked them out. Plus, we have connected with the guru of Easy Speak, which is Carol McCulloch. And she's from Australia, and she runs the Facebook community, and we're really tight with her, and she has helped us to make sure that it's running smoothly.
Okay.
Yeah, we have no problems, and we have people that have a lot of challenges with technology in general, and they're still able to get onto Easy Speak.
Okay, well, let's hope so.
Yeah. An app. No, it's not an app, but it's like a website, not an app like an app on the phone. But you can access it from your phone, but it is a little bit different. You know, mobile is a little different. I'm always on my phone, so it looks different there. I have to go onto my computer to do the Easy Speak. Yeah. Any more questions?
Cynthia, I don't see any other questions here, but if you could refresh on who would I think Mushin has a question. Go ahead, Mushin.
Yes, I do have a question for Cynthia about TEDx. Are your TEDx events going to be live, or will they be recorded, the events that you'll be playing?
I don't know all the details yet because we haven't formed the team and everything, but I imagine that they will be live like we're doing now, and during their same time frame. They'll be recorded and of course be able to go onto YouTube. We also have to get our YouTube going and in place so that we can record all the TEDx events and post them. They will be all virtual. I have been offered a place in Silicon Valley to hold in person, but we're not ready to do that. I think it's going to be much better for us with 50% of our membership being outside of the US. It's be much better if we have a virtual event.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
There's another question from Keisha. Will there be a fee to participate on that?
I don't know yet. We'll probably keep it minimal as much as possible. It depends. I'm not sure what the fees are for hosting a TEDx event. Usually the main fee is for the venue place. And so we don't need a venue place. We won't have to pay for that. But it's going to be, all of that will be decided later.
Oh, for Easy Speak, she's asking if there's a fee. There's no fee for Easy Speak.
No. It's part of your membership. And membership is very reasonable. At Leaders Worldwide, you don't even have to pay club dues if you pay an annual club membership. And it's only, if you're a Toastmaster already, it's only $90 for a whole year annual membership. And if you're brand new to Toastmasters, you do have to pay an extra $20 the first year and not thereafter. It's good for life.
Great.
Okay, I see the red card up.
I have to say that the server, their server just wasn't able to let me in.
Yeah,
So
no
I'm
problem.
I have a very thorough PowerPoint presentation to email out to you. And I also sent the initial greeting from Easy Speak today, which with the two of them together, plus my help, and we are going to get you on.
Yes, absolutely. Easy peasy.
And I have personal experience with Kathleen helping me with Easy Speak. I considered myself pretty tech savvy. Even I had issue, and she got me on there without any issue. So no problem at all.
Great.
Great. Thank you so much. The dynamic duo. Let's give a big hand for them. Yay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I would like to invite our timer, Tiffany Ellis, again to let us know about the timing cards for the next speech.
Okay, the next speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The green light will come on at 5 minutes, 6 minutes the yellow card, and 7 minutes the red.
Okay, and if it's possible to highlight our timer as well so our speakers can see them. Our next speaker is going to be Dr. Michelle Petticolis. And like to give a quick introduction about her. Dr. Michelle Pedicolis is an international speaker, distinguished Toastmaster, select distinguished area director, and assistant division D director. Founder of Second Chance Secrets, a professional training center. She enables coaches, healers, and change makers to unleash their true brilliance so they can attract premium clients with high-end programs that makes a difference in the world. So welcome, Michelle Pedicolis. Change your story, Michelle Pedicolis.
Reject. I was the third born of a mother already overwhelmed. My appearance was a burden she couldn't handle. I bonded with my dad. Briefly, he was major in the US Army and was transferred to Japan. Rejected, abandoned. This was my story. Have you ever given a speech that changed your story? I did. Number 1, Presentation Mastery, Level 2, Introduction to Mentorship. A mentor. I want one. Mentors hold space for you. Ask vital questions. Listen and give guidance as needed. I never had a mentor. I had teachers. I had coaches. I had trainers, dictators, slave drivers, but no mentor. Your mother. My mother? The woman who left me feeling unwanted, unloved, a burden, rejected. She was my mentor? When it came to creativity, she was my mentor. She gave me materials and tools and set me free. Sewing, drawing, photography, and filmmaking. It changed my perspective of her from Wicked Witch of the West to Glenda, Good Witch of the North. Time to change my story. I realized, looking at pictures of my childhood, that my mother actually loved me. Second mentor speech, dynamic leadership. I focused on my dad. He was my hero. He fixed my toys. I broke a lot of toys. I was his damsel in distress. I became a people pleaser, which worked really well in school, not so well in the work world. You know the old saying by Abraham Lincoln, you can't please all of the people all of the time. Well, I tried. I was fired from my first job. I was devastated. I set my sights lower, and each time I was rejected, I got smaller and smaller and smaller until I was the size of Thumbelina. I might have disappeared completely, but my mother came to my rescue, not as a hero, but as my mentor. She was a toy designer who sold to major companies, and she was dying. If you were sitting with us in her studio, you would have seen me picking up one of her drawings. Do you need this anymore? She looked at it. Oh, I guess I'll never get to that project. I froze. In that moment, I got what deadline really means. I took the drawing back. We don't need to deal with this right now. Instead of holding space for her, I ran away. And that moment of intimacy with her that I had craved all my life was lost forever. She died 2 weeks later. Her moment of regret became my big regret. It woke me up. If she, my poster child for living your purpose and passion, if she had regrets, where did that leave me? A people pleaser. Time to change my story. I started making a documentary, Secrets of Life and Death, to wake you up to your passion like I had. My mother was my mentor for life. Now, I wish I could tell you that I stayed the course, but I lost my cushy part-time job in the 2008 downturn. And I decided I needed to be practical, like my dad. I became a life coach, the playground for people pleasers. The highs of success were glorious. The lows of failure were horrific. And I rode that roller coaster for years. I had an epiphany. I had lost connection with my creativity, my passion, my mom. Time to change my story. I could have them both, mom and dad, together. If you have regrets, it's time, say it with me, to change my story. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Michelle. Amazing story, amazing speech with so many amazing stories. And you can tell my excitement of the day, especially with the theme being International Women's Day. It is emerging in many different ways. And in one of the ways that just happened is that I forgot to call up our evaluator that's going to evaluate Michelle, Stefan Miller. Stefan, if you can come on now and share what the purpose and intent of Michelle's speech was supposed to be.
Absolutely not a problem at all. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice using vocal variety to enhance a speech.
Great, thank you. And she hit every aspect of that. I would like to now call for a minute of silence, so then we can have Stefan complete the evaluation. And if we can highlight our timer, thank you. Okay, great. And at this time, I would like to call our table topics masters. Table topics time. I would like to call on Toastmaster Cassandra Garbadian to run this time of the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabletop Master Seema. What a wonderful story, Michelle. Thank you for that. It falls right in line to what we're discussing today, with today being International Women's Day. And so we can sympathize with what women go through, but yet we're so strong and we persevere and we continue to march on and we overcome as you did. And so in that regard, I say, what a great deal, and good for you, Michelle, for breaking that cycle. And before I start with the table topics, I'd like to quote a poem that I came across that I thought was great for today. And I do this in tribute also to not only for all the women throughout the world, but to the women of my global village. And this poem goes like this. Here's to strong women. May we know them. May we raise them. May we be them. Happy International Women's Day 2022. And that poem was by Donna Catherine. So my questions for today goes to, let's see, how about to one of our members first? How about, is Curtis still on? I like to pose this question to a man first. Curtis?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, do you mind taking this question for me, Curtis?
Certainly, I'll give it a try.
So together, we are joined here and we're merging in our thoughts. And for today, as Women's World Day, how do you pose to break this biasness that we have as far as how women are viewed in the workplace, where we're not given the same treatment as far as an equal pay in jobs? If you were in a position right now, what would you do to ensure that your daughters, your nieces, your aunts would be in a better position? So when they graduate from school or they're going up for a position, that they would be in an equal footing.
Okay, thank you very much, Madam Table Topics Master, for the question. Firstly, from my perspective, if I was in a position to make some major changes in the professional world, the first thing that I'll call for is transparency. I think one of the issues that women face in the professional environment is that there's still a lot of silos of information and there's still a lot of secrecy. So for instance, when we talk about pay, there's no reason why a man and a woman in a similar role or the same role in an organization, their salaries, for instance, should be secret from anybody else in that organization. Secrets when it comes to the professional environment is where you get a lot of bias, where you get a lot of unfair treatment. So the first thing I want is transparency. I come from an environment where I know it's not popular in the US anymore, but where the labor environment is strong, and part of the labor movement is that there's a lot of transparency with salary scales. So I don't know, I don't have to hide what I'm making as a man. You don't have to hide what you're making as a woman, because it's all out in the open. And whenever there's any inequality, you know, it's exposed it's laid bare for the world to see, and we can address it at that point. One of the other things that I would address is just the whole idea, as you said, that bias, just the whole idea that there's a particular role that's for the man and a particular role that's for the woman. Well, I always say that men and women are not equal in terms of we're different people, right? We're built differently, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that we're not equivalent, is the word I'd probably use here. We are different, but at the same time, we need to be able to occupy the same space and understand that we both offer value in the same space. So for instance, if you're talking about a professional environment, there's no reason why a woman cannot offer her services in the same way and get the same recognition, the same respect, the same compensation as any other man out there. So transparency, and everybody as individuals, we just have to kind of work to remove that bias that society has taught us. You know, society sometimes tells us that, you know, there's one role for women and one role for men, and we need to break it down. Whenever we see that, we need to stop it in its track and say, hey, no, it's not right, it's not fair. We can all do these roles, and it's up to the individual to choose the role that they want to take on. So, Madam Table Topics Master.
And thank you for that beautiful answer, Curtis. I appreciate it. Next, hashtag color her beautiful. Let's see. How about, let's go for another one of our members. Dr. Michelle Petticoat. What does that mean to you? Color her beautiful.
To me, it means for us to see her in her pure essence and spirit. That is the color I would like to see in any person I want to color beautiful. Not in the sense of classic beauty that we see in Cosmopolitan or these girly magazines, but the true essence of who that person is as coming out and being allowed to come out and reveal itself. And when we see somebody in that way, when we see somebody for their true essential beauty, they become beautiful. It is our way of responding that helps to bring out the beauty in other people. Now, of course, they can bring out their own beauty. They have a potential for that, but we can aid and assist somebody in stepping fully into their beautiful spirit. I invite all of you to color me beautiful and help me to step into that beauty. And I invite all of you to receive my attention right now as I look around the room and receive the colors that I am painting you with so that you can feel your own beauty as well. Color me beautiful. Back to you, Madam Table Topics.
So beautiful from the inside out. Oh, Michelle, thank you for that wonderful, beautiful answer. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. Okay. And this one goes to, I'm hoping that one of our guests would answer this question for me, please. Let's see.
How about Mary Thomas? Is she available?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me? Let me just get my video.
All of the women all over the world, all the things that are happening, and Mother Earth is calling us. Okay, so here it goes. And it's saying hashtag don't look away. What are you going to do to get back Mother Earth back into harmony? As a woman, you have things to do. What are you going to do?
Thank you for this question, table topic, madam. It's my favorite question, and I have been reading up a lot about Gaia. And Gaia, and it's believed that she takes care of Mother Earth. Coming back to that question, what am I going to do to save or to help Mother Earth? There are so many things we can do, and it all comes from the micro level. When we look at the whole world, it's a macro level. I would start with myself, and it's going to come from within me. It's not even going to be external. It's going to come within me because I'm going to think about in which way I can bring. You see, for example, we talk about Mother Earth. It's so big, and we've got to do something one step at a time. So it's going to start with me. I said that just now. And it's going to start within me in the terms of peace. If I can bring peace into the world, into my world, I can bring peace to the world. And when we talk about Mother Earth, we're not talking about just nature, the mountains, the sky, the trees. I'm not even looking at that. I'm a humanist. So I'm always going to look at the people who are living on Mother Earth. So to me, when we want to change Mother Earth, I'm looking at bringing peace to the world. And in that line, I would just say that I'm actually building an app called the Love app. And I'm going to make sure that it's going to go out to the world to bring love back into our lives. Love, peace, and all aspects of love. So this is a very beautiful question. I really love it. And I can keep talking. I can't see the timer right now. But honestly, if I have to change anything for Gaia, I'm going to change within myself. I'm going to bring love to the world, peace to the world, honesty, all those good old traditional values that has just disappeared. It's all gone. It's so sad for us. It's all gone.
Yes.
So that's what I would do. I can't see your timer, but if I go on and on, I could just go on and on. Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for this topic.
Thank you so much for reaching out. My heart to yours.
Yes.
Okay. And thank you. Back to you, table. Back to you.
Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you so much. Amazing questions. It was so amazing. I was thinking, I'm glad she's not picking on me because some of them were tough, but our members and our guests did an amazing job. So
yeah. Round of applause for all of them.
A round of applause for everyone. Yes, very thoughtful questions. Well, we are now at our evaluation portion of the meeting. Can you believe how quickly time flies, especially when you're having fun? And at this point, I would call on our general evaluator to come and introduce our evaluators. Since I'm the general evaluator, I would like to call on Stefan Miller to do the evaluation of our first speech of Dr. Michelle Patacolis.
Change is inevitable. Growth is optional. John C. Maxwell. Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. I would like to commend Toastmaster Michelle Patacolis for a job well done. In your introduction, you caught the audience attention by using the props. You used the props reject. You excelled at storytelling, purposeful hand gestures, eye contact, and vocal variety. In your speech, you emphasized the phrase, change your story. I believe that phrase and the way you said it drew the audience in. You were able to get everyone's attention by doing that. I really appreciate that. I would like to say your pitch, your confidence, your vocal variety at certain points was perfect. You were able to use your virtual lectern to go left and to go right. You were able to have wonderful eye contact. If only one thing I could take away from this is that for you to improve, I would like for you to have a powerful introduction. Something that it would automatically say, ah, I love the phrase that you were able to use, reject. I love that. But if you were to have something that will be lasting, I would really appreciate that. But other than that, I believe your purpose and everything else, the purpose for this speech is for you to use vocal variety, and you did just that. I believe you did an excellent job and you were able to speak within the time frame. Thank you very much. You can call on me anytime.
Thank you, Stefan. Amazing way of delivering your evaluation. And now I would like to call on our grammarian, Judith, Toastmaster Judith, to give us the report on the grammar we used.
Well, I must say that the word emerging was not the most popular word. Seema used that twice and Cassandra used that once. And if somebody else used that, please let me know. About the grammarian. So let's see. Seema, there is something I would like to say to you that you have used amazing for a dozen of times. That has to be another word for amazing. And there are some other words. Rosemary, you also need to think about this, the fact that in your speech, you said, as I said, for about 3 times. Now you don't need to say, as I said, because hopefully we remember what you said. And there is really no reason. This is one of my things about, as I said. And then also there, you said these are the rules. Some of the rules were they not the rules, they were the rules of the general evaluators. Then what else here? There are some things I really like. Certainly Michelle's speech, really fabulous, which is certainly I have heard before, and I certainly love the time to change my story. And I think that was really fabulous, and I will remember this. And I like Mary Thomas, who said the Mother Earth one step at a time, and the Love app that she is planning to do. What else is here? Oh, the color her beautiful, Michelle, that was fabulous. So essential beauty. I am an esthetician, so this is kind of part of my business of coloring women beautiful in so many ways. And this is my report. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Fantastic, Toastmaster Judith. I consider the grammarian role as one of the most difficult roles, and you did a fabulous job. I would like to call our timer, Tiffany Ellis, for the timing report.
Hello once again. The timing report is as follows. A keynote speaker, Carolyn Douglas, spoke for 10 minutes. Distinguished Toastmaster Rosemary Sweeney spoke for 6 minutes. The duo, President Cynthia Stout and Kathleen, Toastmaster Kathleen, spoke for 16 minutes total. Michelle Penticolos spoke for 7 minutes. In the table topic session, Curtis' response took him 3 minutes. Michelle's response, 2 minutes. Mary Thomas, 3 minutes. Stefan Miller's evaluation took 3 minutes. And the grammarian Judith, she spoke for 3 minutes. Here ends the timers report.
You're
You're
muted.
muted.
You're muted, Seema.
Well, I love talking to myself. But thank you, Toastmasters Tiffany. Timer position is another position that really requires attention to detail. So great job on that. Thank you. Okay, so now it is the time for me to evaluate the meeting, how the proceedings went, and so on. So I think we did a fabulous job, and we are exactly on time. All the keynote speakers, all the members, all the participation was, trying to think of another word, but I can't think of it, so I'm going to use it. Amazing. I liked how on time all the members that had the roles came exactly on time, few minutes before, and got their questions answered and sorted so we could run this meeting seamlessly. So I would like to thank everyone for that, and we had a good amount of guests coming. We're getting the word out there. So the team that is handling that, you're doing an awesome job. And now I would like to call on our amazing president, Cynthia, to give her special words before we end the meeting.
Great, great. Thank you, Seema. Excellent job as General Evaluator and Toastmaster of the Day. Please give her a big round of applause. Woohoo! All right. And Kathleen, do you have anything else to add as the VP of Education before I go into takeaways and chocolates?
The website might have let me on by now, but I didn't try again. I am going to send out the PowerPoint show to everybody in this meeting. I mean, all the members in the meeting. And I'm going to follow up with you to be sure that bit by bit, we can get everybody on the little go-kart and running straight down the middle, just smoothly. I'm sorry about the technical hazard, but that's life.
Life.
Yeah. And then I'm going to follow up with the next group and the next group. So we are going to get on this go-kart.
Yes. Awesome. 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 I love Wallace and Gromit. It's a British short films, animation films. And they had one episode where they were rescuing some sheep from a back of a truck. And they were all on, the guy that was rescued was Wallace. And he was on a motorcycle with not a lot of room, with a whole lot of sheep on him. And they were all over his face and his back and chaotic. And he goes, organize yourselves. And they went into a reverse triangle. And that's what I think we're going to do. We're going to organize ourselves and get into the reverse triangle and get everything running like clockwork, smooth and timely and very professional, so that we can have an amazing Toastmasters TEDx event that's a Toastmasters also. And I'm thinking about that. Maybe it could be a meeting like a Toastmasters meeting for a TEDx event. What a wonderful way to introduce Toastmasters to the world. So yeah, we're still in the forming stages, so we're not sure. If you want to join the committee, you can talk to me. If you want to join membership and be one of our TEDx auditioners and speakers possibly, join and let's get started. Let's get ready. Let's get running. Let's get organized. Great. Well, thank you, Kathleen, for keeping us organized and getting us organized. And now it's time for us to organize ourselves. Love it. So the announcements are, well, Dr. Michelle Petacolis will be our representative. She won first place for that same speech she gave tonight, and she'll be giving it at the area contest on March 10th at 6 p.m. And let's see, we're going to post the Zoom link in the WhatsApp groups for our members and our guests. So that will be there. So one more big round of applause for our winner and represented at the area contest. Woohoo! All right, I hope you can come. And then our next meeting is in the afternoon. It's on the 14th, this coming Monday, next Monday, and it's at 10:30 in the morning to 1 p.m. in the afternoon, Pacific Standard Time. And that's going to be another amazing, as Seema says, all day. That's great. Amazing event. We'll have to come up with that list. I think there's 100 words that you can use instead of amazing, but amazing is quite an amazing word. I love it. So Seema, how was your experience as Toastmaster of the day? Want to talk about your takeaways?
Yes, I loved it, and I loved, I love the impromptu part where I got to do dual roles today, and the more we practice here, the better we get outside, and it's just been great to have this opportunity, and I always love being here with all of you. So thank you for this opportunity.
Fabulous, fabulous. And would you like a virtual chocolate?
I would. Milk chocolate.
Ooh, here you come. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Thank you.
Enjoy. No calories, no sugar, no guilt.
Favorite part.
And Keisha, would you like to say a few words before you leave? It's been great having you here.
Absolutely, you are. Yes. This has been a complete joy tonight. Oh my gosh, I got a call and they were talking and talking. And in my head, I was like, hurry up, I'm getting back to my meeting. But I really enjoyed it tonight, you guys. The energy was very welcoming. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I am starting a speech craft for my club on March 15th. So when I saw your post, it really inspired me to jump on tonight. So again, thank you guys for the warm welcome. So many amazing, I love the energy in this. All you guys are just full of good energy, and that's important for me.
Awesome. Awesome. And we've been running a speech craft since August. We're just finishing this month, and most of our speech crafters have finished not only their level 1, but their level 2 speeches also. And they were some of the most competitors in our contest a couple weeks ago. And we had
nice.
about 10 contestants. It was amazing. So we hope you come back for the speech craft and get some more ideas.
Absolutely. Send me the information. I would love, 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 love to join.
Okay, great, Keisha. And you gave me your information in the chat, right?
I did, because I've also been thinking of a dual club, and I've been actually looking for one. So when you offered that tonight, and I'm interested in the TEDx, so it just really makes sense for me. So yeah, I don't know who's handling the membership, but I'm interested.
Great. We will get you connected. Awesome. Would you like a virtual chocolate? No sugar, no calories, all fun.
Yes. And I would specifically like it to have some almond in there.
Oh, dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk chocolate with the little caramel.
Ooh, and almonds. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Anybody else want to share their takeaways? How about Rabia? I know it's very late where you're at.
No, it's not late. It's our morning. Our morning
Yeah,
just started.
the wee hours of the morning.
Yes, I was in the process of sending my kid to school when I joined the meeting. So it was an amazing, yes, it was then you had that 5 minutes break in between. That's when I finally sent him. So it was an amazing, amazing meeting. And I really loved the table topic session by Toastmaster Cassandra. Amazing topics and equally amazing speakers. So it was a lot of learning today. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And would you like a chocolate?
Yes, sure. I like my chocolate with coconut.
Coconut. Ooh,
Yes.
yummy. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, awesome. I think Stefan had to leave. And
Can we hear about from our breakout group? I want to hear how they did in the speechcraft.
Great. Anyone from breakout want to talk? Isaac, how was your speech? You're preparing for an area contest too in LA.
Yeah. Actually, I have more room to ad lib now since I'm really not having to worry about thinking about it. I can just really get more into the to the story. So it was good. I was glad I was able to present it again today.
Absolutely great.
Yeah, Isaac's speech was fabulous. I mean, his timing was perfect. He actually has more time to add more things, and he's getting better. I've heard the speech one other time, and it's fabulous. It's heartfelt, vulnerable, entertaining, and sad all at once. It's like you need to share that story. Yeah, I really like
AIDS.
Yeah, and all of our speeches were great. My first time being Toastmaster in a breakout room, and I really enjoyed it. And this meeting was extra special tonight.
Very good.
Yeah, all our meetings are good, but this was extra special.
That's because you were in
And
it.
we have a lot of great, nice guests from all over the world.
Yes. Okay, Deborah, you did a great share. So would you like a virtual chocolate?
I would. I will take any kind. I love chocolate.
Any kind. Okay. A whole box full. How's that?
Yeah.
One of those mix and matchers. Here you go.
I'll pace
It's
myself.
heavy. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh.
Hey, I feel left out, Cynthia. Where's my
I'm
chocolate?
coming back to you. You didn't get to finish. They were all excited about your speech.
Well, you know what? On my speech, I do want to make a disclaimer. Rhonda actually sold my wife's wedding dress, and she was like a secret admirer. I was a secret admirer. We weren't really boyfriend and girlfriends. So I want to make that clear.
It sounds so much better when it's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
Juicy. Anything else you want to add there, Isaac?
No, just no.
Great. And what kind of chocolate would you like?
Chocolate with almonds.
With almonds. Awesome. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh. And I think Sally was piping up. She had to pipe up there.
Yes, I had to say he did it in spades. It was great.
Oh.
And I would like toffee with medium chocolate.
Medium chocolate. Okay, I'm going to say Carolyn had to leave. So it was good night, Carolyn. Thank you.
And she was wonderful. Oh,
she's amazing. Okay, so taffy. Here it comes.
Woo!
1, 2, 3. Woo!
Oh!
I think that's the first taffy request we've gotten.
It's a little messy.
Splat. And Sandra, would you like to share your experience? I'm so glad to see you back.
Yes. Woo.
Oh, you're on mute, honey. Can you find the mute button?
Yeah. So it was
It was fun. It was fun giving a talk. Everyone liked my talk, I guess. They said they did. Like they'd ever say
Which
that.
talk? There was a mentor talk. Great.
Yeah. And so it was kind of fun. And everybody else's talk was really nice. I enjoyed those and it was fun.
Awesome. Well, it's really, I know you've been away. Are you back from Arizona or are you still there?
No, she's.
Well, I'm home now, but I'm back and forth.
Back and forth. Okay. Safe travels. We miss you when you're gone. We're giving you virtual hugs every day. Okay.
Thank you.
Would you like a chocolate?
Sure. Peanut butter.
With butter. Ooh, a butter chocolate.
Peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Ooh, a Reese's Pieces, huh?
Yes.
An extraterrestrial treat. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Thank you.
Oh, and Angelique had to leave. Bye, Angelique. I know we're going to finish in just a minute here. And Sandy Tang, I love that you're here. You've been a guest several times. I know you were in our Speechcraft. I'm so excited. And then you started Speechcraft in Taiwan. That's great. Would you like to share your experience?
Thank you very much.
We can't hear you. Can you come closer to your mic?
Am I audible now?
A little bit closer.
It's okay to say, it's nice for me to during the meeting that I'm from Taiwan, and I was here maybe like but it's very good for me to come back again. But I was an hour late. I'm sure this time is also.
Oh, it's very late there. Yeah. Thank you for coming, though. We were so excited that you were here again. Would you like a virtual chocolate?
Thank you.
Okay, here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh! All the way to Taiwan. Thanks for coming. There you are again. Okay. It was hard to hear you a little bit. Great. And anyone else want to share before we go?
Sabaria, I don't know if she had a chance to talk.
Yes, please.
Hi, Cynthia. Hi, everybody. Savaria. I was at the contest. I was the host. And I love it. I remembered Isaac speak. I remember everybody speak. Kathleen, I met everybody there and I love the contest. Yeah. And thank you for having me here. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah. Love it. Thank you.
Yeah, you were our Zoom host for our contest, right?
Yes.
From Malaysia.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Awesome. Glad you could come and be our guest. And would you like a chocolate?
Thanks. Oh yeah, love it. Dark chocolates.
Any special kind?
No, not really. Just dark chocolate. I like it without sugar.
Yes.
So that I can maintain my waistline.
See, these are virtual chocolates, so they can be chock full of sugar, but they give you no sugar, no calories.
No. Yeah, remember that. Yeah, anything. Yeah. Okay, we'll be waiting
1,
here.
2, 3. Woo! And one for tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. And anyone else want to share? Did I get all the? Yes, Rabia. Oh, were you just waving goodbye?
I was just waving goodbye. Yes.
Okay.
Cynthia, is Mary Thomas, she's from the Philippines or Malaysia. She's travels back and forth. I don't know if she's still on.
Wow, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Welcome.
I'm trying to preserve
Do you want to
the-
share your experience?
Thank you. Yes, I was invited by Seema at the last minute. I'm so glad she did that. And because I've been trying to get into this meeting, the last time I couldn't. So I'm glad I could make it today. Thank you, Seema. Thank you. And thank you, Cynthia,
we were talking
also.
on the Facebook, right? a few weeks ago.
Right. Yes. That's right.
Right.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
And are you a
So
speaker?
yeah.
Are you a professional
Sorry.
speaker?
What?
Are you a professional
Not
speaker?
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
You're on your
But
way.
that's my that's my interest. That's why I'm here. So yeah, I enjoyed the club meeting. I liked the table topics. I was able to answer something I knew well.
It was great.
And I enjoyed the meeting. Thank you, Seema. Thank you, Cynthia.
You're welcome.
I want to see you more often. Are
Yeah,
you
I
a
hope so
Can I say
too.
Toastmaster also?
Sorry?
Are you a Toastmaster?
Yes, I'm with iLead Advanced Toastmasters based in Malaysia.
Ah, great. Yes, you're polished. Yeah, great. Did someone else say something?
I've been a
it's about,
Toastmaster
yes.
for a very long time.
Cynthia,
Sorry,
can
think
I
we're
say
over the
something?
Yes.
Mary Thomas was the first president. The first club that I joined was Mary. It was about what, 29 or 30 years ago, Mary. Dr. Mary Thomas was the first president of the first club that I joined. And we were surprised that we are both here today. Cynthia, thanks to you.
What a small world.
I've been in Toastmasters for 30 years now, and the
You
first
don't
club
look
in
30
my
years
city.
old.
The first club in my city in Johor Bahru was my club, and we chartered it. Yeah, so I have a lot of nice memories with Sabaria as well. Great.
Wonderful. My goodness, you look 30 years old. You're only. Marvelous. And would you like a chocolate?
Cynthia, no, the compliment was enough. Better than a chocolate.
A compliment, a chocolate. Great.
Thank you. That's nice. Thank you. Of course, chocolates anytime.
And you can have chocolates anytime, but compliments are more rare. Well, you should probably get lots of them around your speaking. You're amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, thank you.
Good to have you here. I'm so glad you were able to come tonight. Does anyone else have any last minute things to say before we close?
I'd love to hear how Gary did with his general evaluator. I know that's the first time he did that.
Great.
Oh, it was a lot of fun, and we had just a wonderful meeting. Deborah did an excellent job of keeping us on time, jumped right in at the very beginning and did an excellent job as our Toastmaster. And all the speeches were fantastic. Everything was right on time. The evaluators gave some really deep, heartfelt evaluations that I think were really helpful to the speakers. And overall, it was an excellent meeting.
Awesome. Awesome. And you're going to be a guest speaker this week on Thursday at 7 a.m.
7 a.m. Yes.
Thankfully, it's on Zoom. And then Deborah, what was that?
I said, give me the caffeine drip. And
yes, IB only. And Deborah's going to be a test speaker, I think, for this like 4th or 5th time on Wednesday night. So lots of speaking all around.
Yes.
Great. Would you like a chocolate, Gary?
Of course.
Okay.
Let's see. Dark chocolate with walnuts.
Ooh, healthy, healthy. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh.
Thank you.
Great. Okay. And that was a wonderful meeting, an amazing meeting, as Seema says. And I really enjoyed it. I'm so excited about what we're going to be doing here at Leaders Worldwide in the next few months, and that we're going to link arms together. And what was our word of the day? It was emerge. We're going to emerge bigger, stronger, better, more wholehearted, and ready to change the world. Thank you so much for being here.
I'd just like to say one thing, as I hope that Michelle will emerge as winner of the area contest, whenever that is. It's a great speech.
Thursday?
And so,
Yes, and
Hope.
Isaac for his area contest is in LA. We could have 2 area winners in Leaders Worldwide. I would really like to see you both competing on the World Champion of Public Speaking stage. That would be awesome.
Where in LA?
I'm with Warner Center's Toastmasters. They're in Woodland Hills.
It's in a valley. Warner's. Oh, I see.
Are you on Zoom?
That's District 52, right?
Yes, District 52. That's correct.
And he's going to post the event in both the members group and the guest group for WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
Blue, blue.
Find it.
So Isaac and Michelle, World Champion at Public Speaking. Woohoo!
Right. Both of you.
Well, I am in the evaluation contest on the area, actually, in the club in District 52, actually. So who knows what happens?
Yes, we'll have all sorts of winners. Yeah.
First time ever. Yes.
Wow. Well, I
We'll
was the
see.
2000
Okay, Cynthia, we'll see you on Wednesday.
Okay, yes. And I was the 2015 district evaluation champion, so I can give you some tips.
Oh, okay. I could use just about anything at this.
Great. Have a good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.